Intelligence. Okay, apart from what I've been telling you about me, a little bit about myself. So actually, I'm a graduate from University Malaya as well. I'm graduated in 1998 Malaya University. I think most of you, you are aware on 1997 there's an economic crisis. And then my subject, I'm actually specialist in economics, and my major is in business administration. That's my past. So after graduation started, even before I started, before graduate, I started my career in financial industry. That's a little bit about me. Just now, people been asked you whether you would like to build your wealth. To put it simple, whether actually you are interested to become rich. Easier. Who want to become rich? You can type, give me a response by typing one. Let's say you say, I'm so happy with my life now, so just keep it, no need to respond. But let's say you want to be rich in the future, or you want to be rich. So just give me an answer, type one. See how many. Come. Okay, so financial intelligence for this, for today, actually, it's about preparation for you, because we know nowadays, even my times 1997 is quite challenging, but now we know actually, in the process of inflation, thing is not so good. It's not that easy now. Challenging with inflation, everything's price increase. So this is much more a preparation for all of you to understand a little bit. This is the foundation for the future. May I know there is any final year student? Final year student. Okay, that's quite a number also. How about let's say first year and second year students? It just newly started your starting in IMU. Got okay, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is your right time, because most people only think the career started only they start a career after they graduate, but actually it's not. So in my presentation today for the sharing discussion, I'm going to break into three parts. First part is on financial intelligence, is more on the knowledge, and the second part is more on the mindset, and the third part is more on the application, meaning whatever you learn, how do we put it into practice? Because at the end of the day, knowing is not enough. Doing is more important. And then in reality nowadays, money actually is, people keep telling us money is not everything, but we know everything we need actually is money. We need to pay. So for the first part, this is the outline. We are going to talk about what is a financial intelligence, and then why is it important, then 7 steps of financial independence, where are you now, and then personal financial planning life cycle, because everyone actually we are into that, whether you know, you're aware, or you are unaware, you are in. And then we are talking about the financial pyramid. I think for most people, we've been we've been hearing on IQ. I think for medical students, this is actually my dream. During my my school years, from 4, from 5, I'm actually a science student. Actually, is my dream to become a doctor. But I know doctor is not easy, so I changed my plans when come to from 6. So I changed to art stream. Then I continue my journey in economics and business studies instead of going to medical, because you are all great, awesome. Give your hand, give yourself a round of applause, because it's not easy a subject. It's not easy to study. So we've been hearing about IQ. IQ actually, that means smart, that means clever. You know well how to study. And then so we have also got emotional quotient, EQ. EQ is your ability to understand the emotions. And then simple, maybe let me put it a simple way. For high IQ people is a clever people. For high EQ people is people can handle stress. They have good EQ, good emo. Then how about high financial intelligence? What type of people is that? This is the definition. So you said financial intelligence, also people call it financial IQ, financial intelligence quotient. So it's actually the ability to obtain and manage one wealth by understanding how money works. And then I like to emphasize on the ability because you know why? Ability actually is a combination of knowledge and skill. Let's say you able, meaning says I know how to drive car, I know where is the gear, 1, 2, 3 auto gear, I know how to where is the brake, but let's say the skill of driving actually may very much depend on whether you know how. Knowing alone is not enough. So financial IQ score actually is a measurement of how well you know in area of spending, debt, career, because it's related to you in the future coming near soon, especially for those financial students, and investment. We want to make money, we know for sure investment is something really you have to look into it. And then planning, you know how to plan. Risk and protection, something also related. And to put it more simple is how well you understand your income statement. That means your income and expenses or balance sheet. Because this is something, let's say for economic students or for accounting students, this is more familiar for them. But for medical, dentistry, I think this is rather new. But I think some of you may have listened or know before. But it's good. Okay, so why is it important? Nowadays, you know everything is about money. Your success, people are measured by a car you drive, the house that you're living in, the things that you carry, the ons are just like whatever people will see you from outside. So meaning whether you're okay in sense of money that you are making or you're making enough or not. So actually, IQ is because it's knowledge, my ability to understand, to manage on wealth is a key to our financial success. So financial problem can sometimes people say, oh, I'll be happy, no money also, I'm quite satisfied, I'm quite kind of comfortable person, I don't need to make so much money. But at the end of the day, financial problem can take a huge toll, not only on the finance itself, it also actually does affect on mental and physical, because let's say you keep worrying out. And sometimes we know relationship broke up because of money. We say 80% of problems is directly or indirectly actually related to money. So this is a school of knowledge that I think every one of us, you have to master it, whether you like it or you don't like it. And then the 7 stages of financial independence. Just draw a hammer. Where are you now? Okay, first is financial dependency, meaning actually you are depending on others. I have no money, I depend on my parents. Okay, let's say no parents, I have to come out and work. So for financial solvency, yeah, many, let's say for those who have been working, they have financial difficulties, they are in financial insolvency. That means they are in financial bad shape, meaning making not enough to cover their bills. Okay, cannot afford to pay bills. Let's say they can afford to pay bills, then they're in financial solvency position. And then for people in stage 2, financial stability, then when stable meanings you not only able to cover expenses or your bills, but you also have a emergency fund, which means let's say something will happen, I'm not scared because I have an emergency fund of 3 months to 6 months at least to cover my expenses. So debt freedom. That's for students. Sometimes I don't have debts. Is that mean I am debt free? Not yet, because you not yet embark your journey in this business world, in the real world. Because when you come out to work, you need a car, you need to buy a house. Debt freedom meanings for those people already fully settled their debts. Okay, I'm in debt free now. Okay. Is advantage like, okay, I got a house, I don't need to pay anything. Then for financial security is the people have an income stream which is sufficient to cover their basic expenses. And financial independence, the difference is your income stream is enough to cover your not only your basic living expenses, but also covering your lifestyle. Meaning, I used to go overseas once a year, so this is my lifestyle. So I bring overseas one time, and then for family trip in local, okay, one time. Then I like to once a while go to a restaurant to enjoy my meal. This is a lifestyle. So financial independence, meaning you have an income that is sufficient to sustain the living style, living standards you wish. And for financial freedom, that means they're not worried about money and more than their lifestyle. They can afford more than their lifestyle. For example, after they achieve financial freedom, instead they no need to work. They can travel just like it used to be one time. Now they can travel 3 times or more countries. They can, because it's above their current lifestyle. And as for financial abundance, this is just like Jack Ma, Tony Fernandez, this type of people, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. Abundance, that means actually they have more than enough abundance. They can do whatever they want. They want fly a jet. It's all possible. So in order for this one to put it here, is you have to know where are you now, and then where do you want to go. This is important. So which one you're all interested to go? Number 1. Okay, which one? You go to which one? Number 1, of course, is financial abundance. This is the way. Okay. Next, this is a personal financial life cycle. Even since childhood, we say our parents used to encourage people to save your ampao money or whatever given by the parents. You put aside, put in savings saving account, because from there actually you can accumulate wealth. And then now you're in college, correct? Last time, whatever we want, the things we want to buy, parents buy for us, but now actually you have own money, you have pocket money, you have to settle the daily expenses account on your own. Actually, for me, university or college life is just a step away to the real world, the real world. And then actually you need to handle money. Even for, I think many of the students nowadays, you also in debt. Agree? In debt. That's a PTPTM scholarship. Scholarship is okay. That's it. You say under student loans to further your studies. So meaning even before you earning an income, actually you're already in debt. So this is something need to learn. And then when come up, of course, you're going to plan to purchase just like buying a car, your house, and then planning for a marriage, vacation, whatever it is. Actually, it's a journey, whether you like it or not. Then from there, growing your career, then you're saving, and then put into investment, and then okay, come to the retirement or education for the children. This actually is a process, is a way, a life cycle of everyone who cannot escape one. So to make it simple and come to the financial planning pyramid, you see what is the most important, what is the foundation? Foundation actually is the cash flow. You got money coming in, just like even for the student loan or pocket money from parents, whatever it is, actually is all cash. How you deal with cash, then from there you manage it well. From there, put out a word, one step ahead is on reach, and then come to investment, tax planning, and then asset planning. Estate planning mostly on those people who've been in that in Korea for a while. Actually, already accumulating a lot of wealth. So they are planning how to distribute their wealth to the second generation or third generation. There's something to think about as well, because let's say you work so hard to make so much money at the end of the day, who to give, and how to plan to protect their families. This is one more step. So, okay, from here, as you see, this is a process. just have a basic understanding. Okay, just me round it out again. When it comes to the financial ability, actually is about how well you know your income, your expenses, your asset and liability. This one is different from your accounting point of view. Okay. Second part, we're going to talk about money blueprint. Money blueprint. Money blueprint here, the content outline is rich versus wealthy. How do we differentiate rich and wealthy? Sometimes wealthy people also very rich, but sometimes rich people not necessarily very wealthy. What is a financial struggle and then financial roadblocks? Because we know in the whatever plan we want to go, actually there's roadblocks, and then the most important roadblock actually is the mindset, money mindset and success cycle. Later we're going to look into it, and then the key differences between wealthy, middle income, middle class, and the poor, and then the behavior of wealth are actually about half acre. This one is something interesting. So rich versus wealthy. This is by Morgan Housel, the writer who wrote a book, Psychology of Money. This is the book. This is the book. It's about so he defined rich as being function of how much money you earn. Then wealthy refer to having freedom to do whatever what you want. What you want with your time. So unfortunately, we will see most people are rich people, so-called rich people use their income as a way to validating who are they. Just like, oh, I'm a very wealthy person, but in fact, maybe it's just beautiful from outside, not beautiful from inside. And this is also one thing we have to look into it. This is a quote by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Millions of educated people, including all and every one of you here, pursuing the professional successfully, but later find themselves struggling financially. Financial struggle is not limited to non-educated people. Actually, most people, even we say lawyer, accountants, they do track in this issue, this problem, these challenges. So they work harder, but they don't get ahead. So what is missing from the education is not how to make money. That's why I think the purpose of this workshop is to equip the student with the fundamentals, so that in order for you, when you venture into the real world, the real world, you are okay with it, because they are not how much money they make, but it depends on how do they spend their money. This one just what is missing for education, not how to make money. You're all expert, because we know professionals to make quite okay income, but it's how do they spend their money that they earn. What do you do with the money later? This is, and then financial struggle that sometimes people will be not making enough money or sometimes you have made good enough money, so but you overspend, then you pour into a debt, it becomes a burden, or you find yourself little saving, no saving at all, or overwhelmed by money worries, always worry, okay, money not enough, how? This is reality in life. Reality in life. So people always start here. So then financial roadblocks. First thing first, we look into the psychology obstacles, psychology part. State of mind meaning actually your psychology or mindset that influence the way we view money and accumulate wealth. And the belief about money is actually influence every decision that you make about money as well, for better or worse. Just like, for example, when you ask people, say, okay, this I foresee this is a potential, quite a good opportunity in terms of doing certain business, and ask your friends, and they tell you, no not easy one. This time is called psychology blocks. They're not even study, explore pro and cons and what I'm going to do, plan, but immediately mentally they think it's not easy. This is called psychology blocks. And then for example, psychology block like this kind of limiting money belief, just like people won't like me lah. Yeah, I'm wealthy lah. People don't like wealthy people. You see lah, those sport car. Let's say you see, I'd like to ask. Let's say you see people driving a sport car, Ferrari, or young lady of 24 years old. What do you think? What come out in your mind? What come out in your mind? Any feedback? Must be not doing the right one now. Not a proper job. Or okay, most people will think, oh, this car must be belong to the parents or fathers, or father must be very rich. But not most people wouldn't think so. Actually, wow, this woman is so successful at age or so young. What she does. This is what we said mentality people tend to think. You have to work so hard to be wealthy. Also, I don't want to work so hard. I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of person. So I don't want to be work hard. They think in order to accumulate wealth, you have to very, very hardworking. This is also limiting money belief. And then you need money to make money. Oh, since I'm poor, I come from poor family, I cannot be rich. Those who are rich, of course, because the family rich, there's kind of mindset. And then to make money, you have to lie, cheat, or steal. Or this even worse. Let's say that this kind of mindset, and when they make money, they fall into this scenario. So, or sometimes, just like we said, being a lawyer or doctors, let's say you're telling yourself, I'm not smart to be wealthy, I'm smart enough, or I'm not good at money. This all limiting belief. This all limiting belief. And then apart from psychology part, we also have a physical financial obstacles. Physical means your habits, whatever you do physically, just like habit that you tend to indulge in, pull you away from things you know you need to focus on. Just like you want to, you can score straight A in your exam, but because you say, I'm lazy lah. I got a movie series. I want to watch. This kind of habits, so addiction on this kind of things, actually it will prevent you from doing what is right things. Therefore, affect us. Then social financial obstacles is about the people you associate with. Who are you dealing or associate with, and how you interact with them? It is said that we are the sum of total of 5 closest friends. So who are you? Just like we said, common. Let's say in the future or 5 years to come, you are associated with all millionaire. Your all your friends are millionaire. You also be one very rich one. Let's say you associate with people with those poor thinking, poor mindset. I say, oh, making enough, always complaining about money, complaining about government. At the end of the day, you'll be the same lah. A mediocre person, not going anywhere. So all your friends believe about money, all their fears about money, all their money habits manifest in the person you look at the mirror each morning. So your closer friends have you influence, just like a lot of things are. That's like for course studying, even sometimes we'll be affected by course. Our friends after exam, you ask your friend, what course are you? I don't know you, but in my case, I think many of our friends ask for friends' opinion. Or what course are you taking or applying? Or what do you want to study? It means your closest friends actually has huge influence on every aspect of your life. Likewise, you also influence them in the same way. So money mindset, we said actually it's a unique and individual set of core belief about money and how money works in this world. It's your attitude about money. So it's the money blueprint is actually ingrained in your subconscious mind, whether you are aware or not aware. Just like driving, for those who drive, in the first place, when you got the license, you prepare, okay, check your mirror, then check your handbrakes, and then see side mirror check. But let's say you used to drive already, you even unconsciously, you can, while driving, eating, you can make phone calls. Why? Because actually it's in your subconscious mind already. That means it has been immensely influenced and formulated by interactions with others and their view of money, like your parents. Actually, parents, that's like education, school does affect a lot. Does affect. This is one thing I would like to. From here you can see, this is the mindset. Mindset, we can also call it your belief. So sometimes it's difficult to know what people thinking in their head, correct? So how do we know? Actually, it's based on people's attitude. Normally, when you talk to the person, you know what this fellow attitude. The attitude actually is show what their things are. Then your attitude manifests in terms of the thing that you do, your behavior. Your behavior is like you like challenging things. You like challenge. You like whatever you like. Actually, it manifests the behavior, is attitude toward risk. For example, I like bungee jump. I like whatever you like. Actually, is behavior actually reflected at person attitude, and then the behavior you have are going to take, because this is behavior. They are going to do a certain action and repeatedly repeating the same action again. And then this is what the same action and result were going to give a result, and then actually will affect the performance. For students' point of view, just like let's say you think you are a very smart student, so your behavior, okay, you are very hardworking one. So whatever comes from me for the exam, before the exam, you do a revision, and then you make sure everything in order, and then you get a result. Then the result good, you see total overall performance is going to be very good. This is attitude. Let's say for a person, my attitude, their mindset of thinking, I'm not a smart person, I just want to get passed on it. That kind of attitude. So what do? You got study, can pass enough already. What action they taken? Actually, they take a minimal action now. Then result, okay, can pass, or sometimes may even fail. Then the performance so what does affect the performance? Actually is the mindset. And then one thing is very important for here, I like to emphasize and highlight, it's called a success cycle. You know, do you think, let's say I ask the question, human potential limited or unlimited? Let's say you say it's unlimited, can I put one? We said human potential is always unlimited. You can always do whatever you want. You can dream of, just like you said, aeroplanes, the invention of aeroplanes, telephone. Let's say this is all human potential. So if you believe you are very good, you are going to tap into your potential, and then you tap into your potential, and then your potential, you can tap into the action. Then when you tap into your action, because you know I'm a good, so you'll come out with the result, the good result, and then I'm doing okay, my result is good, I'm a smart student. When you believe you are good, so again and again, actually you cycle in a circle. I believe I'm okay, then okay, I take my action, I study hard, then result come out, I'm excellent student. So yeah, it's confirmed. Just like people telling you, you're okay, then this time I believe. Let's say you are not doing okay, you say it's very tough. So since you say it's tough, no matter how hard I study, I can't achieve more. So what action are you going to take? Lesser action. So what is the result? The outcome will be lesser, not as expected, or not as the people that wanted. That's why this is called success cycle. It does affect a lot of people, and then there's a reason why rich people getting richer and richer, and then the poor people get poorer and poorer, because for rich people, their mindset is different. And then to highlight the key difference between the wealthy and the middle class on board. You know, some people you are okay, you are lucky to be born into a wealthy family. There are other people who start very little, but at one point, a series of fortunate events bless them with abundance or wealth. But real wealth isn't built upon luck or fortunate occurrence. Is rather how you think about money and how you manage the money in the long run. This is we need to understand. And then people who spend their entire life in middle class tend to be consumer. They earn, then they consume. They use their money to purchase liability to help them build their status. No matter how much income they earn, they are lousy at building long-term wealth. So middle class people certainly appear to be wealthy on outside, but they are cash poor. In fact, they are often rack up large amount of debt to cover their ravenous spending habits. And the poor often, one sitting on the pile of debts, try for a lot of poor meaning not enough money. They usually one is living on paycheck to paycheck, especially those highly affected, especially for this pandemic. COVID-19 started, we see a lot of people been suffering because now they are living paycheck to paycheck. And then start to survive the food on the table only. And then wealthy people, like look at the wealthy people, they become wealthy because they are focusing, they focus on acquiring asset rather than accumulate liabilities. And they understand the value of liabilities. What is liability? Maybe later, I'm going to put a session later for all of you to ask questions, because sometimes I don't know, for economic students, liability, okay, like quite straightforward. We do understand liability diminishes daily over time. So, and then wealthy people see themselves as a vessel for wealth, and thereby cultivate a wealth attraction mindset. They're always thinking how to make more money. And then they invest themselves in a lifelong education. Sometimes education is important. The best investment in the world is investment in ourselves. Because the more you know, this is the ability and the knowledge that you acquire actually helps you along the way in future, and that will help gain more knowledge. More knowledge, the more you learn, the more you earn. And that they invest in building relationship. This is what wealthy people do. With people who can help get done where they want to go faster. And wealthy people are also resourceful. They take advantage of opportunities. They are mindful of everything that going around them and capitalize opportunity as they arise. And wealthy people often providing tremendous value to others as well through what they do. They understand the value. The more value, just like how much money you make actually it depends on how much money you create. They say you create a value, just like Bill Gates. The value for people, the computer that we're using now in every household actually is a dream of Bill Gates. You create value for people. The more value you create, actually, the more way you are going to get.